Welcome viewers, it's Righteous Academy. So I welcome you to this program of which I'm calling the 2025 exam preparation. 2025 exam preparation. So in this video, I'll be solving chemistry 2024 paper 2, which is GCE. So question B1, a box of chemicals in a laboratory has the following symbol attached to it. So the symbol of which is in this diagram, it is representing a flame of fire, meaning the chemicals the box is containing or the chemicals inside the box, they are highly flammable. Then there are certain precautions of which one has to take, or there are certain precautions of which one has to consider when handling such chemicals. So the first precaution, which is the very most important one, so one must not put these chemicals near fire or on direct sunlight, because the chemicals inside the box are highly flammable, meaning they can turn into fire, they can cause fire. So we start with question A1. A1, describe the nature of chemicals in the box related to the symbol. So in relation to the symbol, what is the nature of the chemicals? So the chemicals are highly flammable. Then second question, write a laboratory rule that is observed when handling chemicals in this box. So the number one laboratory rule that must be observed when handling such chemicals is these chemicals, they must not be put near fire. They must not be put near fire, or they must not be put on direct sunlight, because they are highly flammable. So if you have just tuned into this video, I urge you to pay attention. Then after watching this video, I would like you to leave a comment, share the video, and invite some of your friends. So we move on to question B. A bottle of ammonia is opened. Within a few minutes, its smell spreads throughout the laboratory. Then question 1, we have name the process responsible for the evenly distribution of the smell of ammonia solution. So ammonia solution is in gas state. It is in gas state. So a substance that is in gas state, meaning the particles are the one that are moving. Here we have the movement of particles, not the movement of molecules. We have the movement of particles of a gas, which is ammonia solution. The movement of particles of a gas, of which is ammonia solution. So here the process that is going to move those particles from a region where they are being produced to a region where they were not produced. So that process, it is what is known as diffusion. Remember in that video where I taught a full lesson on matter and the kinetic field of matter, I made sure to explain the full meaning of diffusion. So diffusion, the meaning it is, diffusion is the movement of particles from a region of higher concentration, meaning a region where they are being produced, to a region of lower concentration, a region where they were not produced. So we move on to question B2. Describe the process responsible for the even redistribution of ammonia solution. Describe the process responsible. So here they are telling you to describe what is diffusion. So diffusion, as I said earlier on, diffusion, it is the movement of particles from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. From a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. Maybe others are wondering that the answers are not being written. Guys, we are in grade 12. This is dictation. We are in grade 12. We need to know the spellings. The exam is not all about knowing the answers, but it is also on how you present your answers, how you write your answers correctly, because we are in grade 12. We need to know the spellings. So no wonder I'm not writing the answers. So we move on to question B3. Question B3, here we have relate the evidence which the process named in B1 provides to the kinetic theory of matter. Relate the evidence which the process named in B1 provides to the kinetic theory of matter. So to the kinetic theory of matter, we first have to understand the meaning of the kinetic theory of matter. So the kinetic theory of matter, I've already taught a full lesson on the kinetic theory of matter, where we also had the separation techniques and many others. When the first video of which I had released was on matter. So to understand this more, I urge you to go and watch that video. So here what they want is the evidence that is able to tell us that indeed diffusion took place. Indeed, the particles moved by diffusion. So the evidence that is provided to prove that indeed the particles moved, or indeed the particles were in motion, it is what we refer to as Brownian motion. Brownian motion. So here you are just required to write Brownian motion, which is the zigzag movement of particles of a substance. The zigzag movement of particles of a substance. Then we move on to question B2. Question B2, we have the following diagram shows a piece of apparatus used in the laboratory. Here where we have the stopper, the tap. So this diagram, it is illustrating the apparatus which is known as the separating funnel. The separating funnel. So as I said earlier on, I've already taught on separation techniques. A full lesson. It was a full lesson where I started from the kinetic energy ending to the separation techniques, and I added also the words used in the laboratory where we had the solute, solvent, miscible, immiscible liquid, and many others. So here the device we have is a device or an apparatus that is known as a separating funnel. So question A says name the apparatus shown in the diagram. So the name of the apparatus, it is the separating funnel. Then B1 identify one property of a mixture separated by the piece of apparatus in A. So the property, the mixture must be immiscible. The mixture must be immiscible, meaning the mixture must not mix uniformly. They must have different layers. For example, when you mix oil and water, you are going to see different layers where you are going to have the water. It is going to show where you have water, then the oil, it is also going to show its own layer. So that is what we refer to as the immiscible liquid. So immiscible liquid. So here the property, it is the mixture must be immiscible. That is the number one property for the substances to be separated using a separating funnel. Then B2, we have suggest the names of the two liquids that can be separated by the piece of apparatus shown in the diagram. So here the answers are water and oil. Water and oil. Water and oil. Then the last question we have, suggest two precautions that that need to be taken to separate the mixture in B2. So to separate oil and water. what precautions must be taken. So the stopper must be fixed properly to prevent impurities from entering the mixture. The stopper must be fixed properly to prevent impurities from entering into the mixture. Then also the tap must be placed carefully and must be placed in a fixed position where when you close it does not allow more more substances to pass through or more substances to come out. So the stopper must be in a good working condition, or you may just write the stopper must be in a good working condition where when you close it means the substance will stop coming out, and when you open the substances must start coming out. So this has been Righteous Academy. For more videos like this, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. Share the videos, and don't forget to comment, leave your suggestions. So this is the 2025 exam preparation. 2025 exam preparation. I'm very serious on this one because it is about time we made a difference. So invite your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. This has been Righteous Academy. So leave your comments.
This is Righteous Academy, where we explain in simpler terms. Righteous Academy, got you covered, no worries, we are here.